Hello everyone, my name is Andrew Chow and I wear many hats, but one of them is an angel investor in Asia Pro Ventures. I'm also the co-founder in charge of innovation sourcing. A lot of people have always asked me, like, what's the difference between Capabara versus ChatGPT versus Gemini versus Meta versus DeepSeek? When you subscribe to any of these platforms, they are all trained in different ways. They have their own algorithm, and they detect that in order to use them well, you need very deep knowledge on user prompt. To me, LLM are like central kitchen. You have to take whatever they offer you without any customization. Whereas Capabara, it's like a fine dining restaurant. They are free to take food from any central kitchen, and they can also cook up fantastic dishes for the customer. So Capabara is an agent that builds other agents. Capabara has the best advantage of everybody else, simply because Capabara can use any AI model in any application. I use Capabara to further my business in training and coaching. I have created agents to help startups to validate their ideas. I've also created apps that help startups to evaluate their market size. Now for the investors like me, I have created agents to help fellow investors to evaluate a certain pitch deck. I've also created agents who help them to draft their term sheets. So it's very exciting that now I help angel investors, mainly the new ones, to get up to speed in the area of investment pretty fast, and they can sound like a lot of savvy investors out there who ask the right questions. I think until now, most of the AI implementation of projects, it can only be affordable by enterprises, people who have 300, 500, 1,000 staff and maybe several offices around the world. But what about SME? To do the same thing for SME will be a challenge, because besides setting up the budget for it, you gotta have knowledge of the infrastructure, great talent to manage it. Why spend all this money on investment where you can take it out of the box in Capabara? So as an SME owner, I find that I can go from ideas to implementation very fast through Capabara. There are a few challenges that I had before I know about Capabara. I can't really debug what is going on, because as a developer, you only see the developer side. There's hardly any chance that you see the user interface. Whereas in Capabara, the minute when I compile a certain agent, I can see the result as a user immediately. So that helps me to shorten my development cycle as well. So as an SME, even without extensive manpower, just having a 1-2-man team will be sufficient. I think one of the best use of AI today is to help CEO to look into the future. With all your data that is sitting on your desk, all the data that is resting on the server of your company, why not bring them together and help you simulate all kinds of simulation possibility in the future? The CEO's job is really listening to the music 1 year from now for the company. But if you can hear the music 2-3 years down the road, further than anybody else, you have an advantage. And to do that, you need GenAI to work on the data and come up with different scenarios. The advice I want to give to all SME owners is, it's not a question of whether you can afford to implement AI. You can't afford not to implement AI. Because to level the playing field, you need to be faster than the big boys. If the big boys out there with GenAI and you can implement fast, you can level the playing field. You'll be as good as them. In fact, you can be more agile than them.